Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in another bipod to take a look at. This is a carbon fiber one coming from MidTen, and it's got a somewhat unique pivot feature to it that I'm kind of interested in checking out. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications. We'll get it mounted to something, get out to the range, see how it performs, and then give some thoughts on it. So like I said, this is coming from MidTen. It was delivered by Amazon, but there's no other information on the box at all. Let's get this thing opened up, see how it's packaged. So looks like we're gonna have a manual. This is gonna be a Sling Stud Bipod. Show you this manual real quick. Looks like we have a tool in here, and then this is going to be for that unique pivot thing, I believe. And then we have the bipod itself. Alright, so here is this carbon fiber Sling Stud Bipod. It looks like probably just the legs are carbon fiber. I'm sure the rest of it's a combination of some rubber, probably some type of like mixed metals, maybe some aluminum. It is branded on the one side. Quickly check out what is metal here. So yeah, there's quite a bit. That's aluminum. That's aluminum. That's some type of metal. Does have some like rubber here to protect your rifle as well. I will say that I noticed like some like grease stains almost on the side of that box, and this whole thing is coated like in a light coating of oil, and there's so much up here on these threads and then these parts through here that I am going to have to wipe it off a little bit, because every time I handle it, it's just getting all over everything. So in the shortest position, it's going to be a 6-inch bipod. In the longest position, it's going to be a 9-inch bipod, and I believe there are 5 or 6 stops total. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, that's 6. Grab you a weight of it. So we're at 11.7 ounces. If you choose to use this little pivot thing, which I'll show you in a bit, adds another ounce almost, so 12.6 ounces. Try to show you a close up here of these feet that are on here. They are rubber, supposed to be non-slip. See, there's like groove through there. I'll try that up on like a somewhat slippery table surface and see how they grip. And then this is what's sort of unique about this that I've never seen on a tripod. So this handle here basically is going to thread onto this, and then the entire like area that attaches to your rifle is going to be able to rotate up to 20 degrees either way, so that if you're on uneven surface, so instead of having to like adjust your legs, you can just adjust this, and this thing will actually turn. So I'll figure this out and then demonstrate it to you. So when this is in the loose or counterclockwise position, you can now see that this will actually rotate all the way to where it hits these little things right here, each side. And then basically you just turn this, and then that will lock it, and then now it won't rotate. And what you could do if you needed to is you could have this loose, you could rotate it, and then you can lock it in that position too. So now if you needed 20 degrees tilted, left, it'll be like that. Or obviously you could do it to the right as well, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna get this mounted here in a minute, but just so YouTube knows, adding a bipod to a rifle does not modify the rifle in any way. Doesn't make it do anything other than what it was originally manufactured to do. I'm working with completely safe gun. There's no ammo anywhere around. So to mount this, all we're going to do is basically loosen this up some, And then this little thing here will pop loose. And then we'll just take this, put this through here, and then tighten everything back up. Try to show you what those rubber pads look like. Everything seems to mount it up real well, very secure. Now with it mounted, I'm going to see if I can grab onto that, kind of loosen it. And yeah, that does turn really easily now. So yeah, you can completely tilt that. And then let's see how it's like when I turn it back, if it locks in place. Yeah. I'll have to show you that better once we get out to the range table. But yeah, that does work pretty well. Alright guys, out at the range this morning with that MidTen carbon fiber bipod. I'm going to do some testing with them, make sure that the legs don't collapse, make sure that the mount stays tight, and then check out that tilt feature on it. I'm going to try to show you guys this tilting feature out here where there's a little more room. So again, I'm basically turning counterclockwise. Now you can see that the rifle is loose in here and you can go different angles. And again, the reason this would be beneficial is maybe this leg here is like this, and then you need to tilt this so that you're back level again. You know, I know that like you can adjust the legs as well to try to get even, but this is a really quick way to get you level. Okay, so I had a chance to get out and use this little MidTen bipod, and overall it actually performed pretty well. Now keep in mind, I was only shooting 22 and I was shooting from a table, but I can tell you the thing felt very sturdy. The 22 that I'm shooting, it probably actually weighs about 8 pounds. I have it heavily modified, everything like fore ends and butt stocks and all kinds of stuff was done to that. But the feet stayed in place perfectly fine. I tried all kinds of different heights, like I'd be at level 3 and then kind of like leaning on the rifle to see if anything would collapse on this or anything. Very, very sturdy. I like that it has these like little rubber pads to kind of protect your rifle. And just overall just how quick and easy it is to attach and then take back off. Like maybe like 5 seconds or so is all it takes. So obviously if you're mounting this, you're going to lose that sling stud. And I'm not even sure if I showed this earlier in the video, but there's actually an attachment point down here underneath that you can actually put a sling on it while this is mounted to your rifle. You know, this does have that tilt feature, which, you know, I demonstrated. I was only shooting on a flat table, but I can see like a purpose in it. You know, instead of having to like try to adjust your feet, or maybe you do adjust your feet and you're still just kind of not level, just basically just push that thing over and then this whole thing will rotate. And once your rifle's sitting on there, it's actually very easy to move it into position, and then it completely locks solid when you need it to. I like that this is adjustable from 6 to 9 inches, and those feet and legs really kind of deploy out there and it locks in really solid in every one of those positions. I do have 2 minor complaints. First is that this thing was a greasy mess when I first pulled it out, and even though I've wiped it and cleaned it, it's still you still get a little bit on your hands. Not a huge deal. And then the second thing is, it doesn't really affect me. Mine seems to be working fine, but on the instructions it talks about basically if this adjustment is too loose or too tight or whatever, you can take this Allen key basically and turn this right here to make adjustments. Well, this Allen key that's provided must not be the right size, because it literally doesn't do anything. It just seems like it's a slightly too small for that. But again, mine works perfectly fine. It turns fine, locks fine, you know, unlocks fine. And then most of the stuff you can do by hand as well. Like you don't technically need the key for it. You can just like hold here and then just turn that to take it off. But those are my only 2 little negatives, and overall I really do like this bipod and would definitely recommend it. So this is available on Amazon. YouTube always has a problem if I say a price, but you can see it there. I will leave a link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on it or pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it.